here is, again, we're going to start again, but this time we're going to make snowmans. I don't know how much I could do, but this is our last chance. If I make some mistakes, I will get to do another one. I got a little leftover dough, so when you're making a little bit of, you're making cookies, the powder is the most important thing if you don't want it ruined, if you're cutting out, rolling the pin, or stuff like that. You don't want to start over, so put like 2 medium-sized handfuls of powder to keep it right and not too sticky. Now you do the same thing like the others. When you're making like a few cookies, make sure that your cookie cutters don't get in the way of the others, or you have to start over. Sometimes that happened. It happened to me one time. And the second time I made the cookies, I already knew that if you do that, so I kept the cookie cutters away until I was done. Now I'm going to, since it's a little bit, I'm going to slowly untangle it on the bottom and move it a little bit away from the side, because you could see here that it's a little bit too much over on the left. So unstick it with 2 or 1. If you're a professional, do 1. If you're a little kid like me, doing it like that, get 2 because it's easier. Now lift it really careful, or you have to start over again. Just like that, pull it over a little bit. Sometimes you could do this, or flatten out with your hands. All you have to do is roll really soft. See how that came out? Now it's with the cutting. Just like the same, start from the edges. Always start from the edges, for you have a little bit room for the ones in the middle. If it's really close, make sure there's a little bit room, and like that. Now, see how this one is so close? This part is so thin, it's so small that you can't even if you take it out, it might be a little bit easy and a little bit hard. Put the extra pieces aside, and then you can do another patch of ones. So remember, always have to be careful with a soft dough like this that I am doing right now in front of your eyes. Be really careful. If you don't, you will have too little and your cookies are so yummy. A bunch of people will be fighting over just for the same cookie. That's why I make a little bit of few of each cookie that you do. If it's the same cookie, like chocolate chip circles, it will be okay, because there will be a bunch of those and no one will be fighting over. Now see how this little piece is here? I'm going to have to leave it and when every snowman is out of his place on the pan ready to be cooked. Oh, and then you could pick up that piece and put it in the next patch. See how this is so thick? I could just carry it. But be careful if you're carrying it. Sometimes things happen, and sometimes things don't. So I'm going to start with this one because it's a little bit thick. So, see you a little later. I will get a new pan that's not too full. Here's the pan.